What is going on, everybody? We are back on at Berserk Manga, chapter 70 and 71. I'm not sure if you guys have hit the like goal. I'm recording this before you guys have seen Friday's video, so if you guys hit the like goal and you're seeing this on Sunday, congratulations. I think that'd be the 4th week in a row that we hit the 150 like goal. If not, you guys will see this on Monday. Uh, wild chapter. Last two chapters that we got. Wild made it seem to, at least to me, that he was on death's door. Like, Guts might not have killed him in that moment, but he did wound him enough that he was going to die within, the next minutes, hours, whatever you want to call it. And Wild knew that, and he, it's pretty much known at this point. I don't know if any demon kind, all demon kind, or if you agree to become an apostle, if and when you die, like, you're going to be entrapped in basically hell, purgatory forever, is what it looks like. What it's made to be seen. Anytime, I think the only one we didn't see get like condemned was the first one. And what was the name of the very first one? I keep calling him the Count, and the one with Teresa Count as well, but I know that's not true. What was the name of the original one that we ran into the very beginning? The like snake looking one, dragon or whatever it is. I don't think we saw him get like dragged off to hell, but I'm pretty sure we saw the Count and Wild. And he was, I don't know if he knew of a method, or maybe, he was under the impression if, he could get Griffith to summon the God Hand, that they could, is there a deal you could strike? And I guess you could, because didn't the Count kind of get presented with the same thing? Wasn't he on death's door? And they were like, okay, sure, we'll strike him down and we'll keep you alive, you offer us a sacrifice. And he had already had branded his like next sacrifice, and he wasn't willing to give up Teresa. So I'm curious, if they showed up and they did grant him that, like, what would Wild? Again, I don't know how that works or the specifics on that, but it looks like that's what Wild was going for. Zod shows up in his full transform state, at least as far as we know, and essentially kills, like finishes it off. Wild was going to die anyway, but Zod was under the impression, it looked like he was protecting Griffith. Again, did he just happen to be flying by because it's the eclipse and we've seen other demons out in this area, so they must all be kind of coming together for this moment? Or was he specifically out there looking for Griffith, looking for Wild? It's kind of a chicken or the egg thing. I think, they both kind of, Wild and Zod, kind of dropped the whole, if I do this, this is my free will type thing. Is that true? Does anybody in this story have free will? I don't know. And then, I posed questions. Again, if I'm repeating a lot of things from the last videos, because you guys haven't seen it yet. There's currently 4 God Hand. We know Griffith becomes the 5th. If they're going with like the hand thing, there's 5 fingers. So I'm assuming there won't be a need for another one. My questions with that is, were those 4 who were there before Griffith, were they all spawned at the same time? Was there originally 1 and then there was always going to become 5, or was there a need for more? Again, are they the top of the food chain? Is the Knight of the Skulls the top? Are they even? It's a lot. But that's how that went. And we also had the remaining Hawks get exposed to Griffith's reality in his physical state. Only the handful of us knew. Only Judo, Pippin, Casca, and Guts, I think just those 4 were the only ones that kind of knew how serious it was, and kind of letting that reality set in. Like, not only will he not be like he won't be old Griffith, like there's no physical form of him coming back. He's never going to hold a sword, ride a horse, lead men into battle. Like, that's just not a thing for him anymore. And we don't even know, like, let's say we didn't get the stuff before and we don't know what becomes of Griffith. we don't even know how his mental would be after you've been like pushed to that limit torture-wise. If he would even be able to have his same wit and, you know, intelligence about him. So that's pretty much where we left off at. I feel like at any moment, you know, it's going to happen, the eclipse and all that. I'm curious what this meeting is. Have they, I don't know how, if we've had a time, like how much time has passed since Zod flew off into the abyss, and right now, is it same, you know, day to night? Has it been a couple days? Well, I guess it can't be, because is this eclipse, well, I guess whenever the eclipse is, I don't know if the eclipse was happening that same exact night that we were rescuing Griffith. And then I'm always wondering, have they rolled up on the campsite yet and seen that there's no injured? Where's Rickert? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll be talking for too long. Press play on that. Turn the volume down just a little bit. Make sure that's looped and ready to go. Click on this so you guys can see my cursor. Alright, cool. Recording, sound, mic is on. Alright. Chapter 70. Let's see what we got. Curious what this meeting's about here. And I didn't know what these were here. Just like FX. I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything to me. Alright. What's the deal? Everyone looks like concerned or sad or a decision's been made or something. And how can we all just not talk about, like, these demonic monsters that we all just saw? It wasn't like 4 of us saw it and we can keep it to ourselves. Like, the entire band saw that shit. Hey, was that serious? Oh, Corcus, Jesus. You know, he's... It was Bull, wasn't it? Was that what that monkey monster was saying? You're gonna ask if that was real. In the same sentence you said monkey monster. Like, none of this shit makes sense. I'm guessing this FX, is that supposed to be like visual effects of like wind sound? Is that what we're going for here? I don't know. Screw this. Fine, I'll ask him myself. Oh shit. Ask him meaning Griffith about, like, you know, not being... Oh, they don't know his tongue's been cut out. Fine, I'll ask him myself. Oh, is Judo just gonna let everybody know what's up? He needs to. Just let them all know. And are they gonna all blame Guts for this shit too? That Griffith's in this state or what? Forget it. Griffith's not able to answer you. Oh man. Hey, that's a joke, right? Like his throat's just rough from living in prison, so... No, Corcus. I need you to stop pulling the use up on me and get with the program. It's time to get serious. What the hell? Weren't we gonna start again here? After Griffith came back, weren't we gonna start over? They all were holding on to that. That's what probably kept a lot of them going, and I think the reality is setting in. Like, it's never, ever, ever going to be like that. Like, remove the demonic out of it, you know? Say we were just battling Midland and rescued him, and everything happened exactly as it happened, minus us running into Wild and Zod. Say it was just human forces we ran into. Even if Griffith was in that current state, like, it's never going to be the same. All of a sudden we were framed as outlaws, running around in the woods for a year like bugs. More than half of us have been killed. Dang, some of these boys look young. But still, as long as Griffith came back to it, I mean, yeah, they were holding on to that. After believing that, now this. Okay, let's calm down, buddy. Let's calm down. You're not gonna blame this on us, are you? Hey, didn't I call it? I knew it, I knew it. I knew something like this would happen. So now... I mean, he's just hysterical. Now... Are they finally gonna... Dang, I've never seen that expression. I mean, we don't get many expressions on Pippin's face, but... It's over? Is that what he's gonna say? Like, he's hysterical. We don't even ever see Judo emotional, by the way. Casca, it's over, right? So this is... Everyone knew how that ended, but not a man could bring himself to say it. That the narrator hitting us? That Hunter x Hunter, like, random narrator pop in? Only the wind announced the end of the fight. At least you're all alive. And you have Griffith. Like, let's think about this right now from their point of view. You're alive. You're at the Midland border. Granted, Midland is like the most powerful, at least seems to be, nation or whatever in this current world. If you have association with the Band of the Hawks, you're probably not going to be able to walk around freely, even outside of their borders. But it's better than being inside the border, so it's it's lessened. Maybe you're like 100% risk rate, now you're at 50. And honestly, unless you're someone like Casca or Guts that's probably easily identifiable, you could probably just go on and live a life and not have to worry about it. It's not like you guys have a brand or a look or something like that where, like, people around the world will be like, oh, Hawk, they have a bounty, you know, if we capture any of them. It's not like some One Piece bounties where they all have different levels on their heads and they're easy identifiable. I think you could just live your life. Now I'm curious, are all these people going to be there and witness to this eclipse and the sacrifices that are going to be made? Because I'm calling it right now. You guys can barely see the double shot here, but we see Guts and we see Casca. It's looking like if you want things as, I guess, a demon, there needs to be more than one sacrifice, especially like even the apostle level. So I wonder if the god hands have like the same thing. Or once you become a god hand, like you've ascended to a level like you can do and create whatever. You don't need a sacrifice. You know, apostles come to the god hands asking for things and they're like, okay, sacrifice. But like if a god hand wants, can they just do? Can a god hand have individual wants? I don't know if they're like a judge, jury, executioner thing and they just have no wants, needs, or desires. I don't know. Regardless, I think we know Guts is branded and we've seen that brand on sacrifices. So, unfortunately, I think we know Guts has been marked, and I'm guessing he's been marked by Griffith for a future sacrifice, maybe, perhaps. But I think his sacrifice to, you know, become Darth Vader is going to be Casca. And I'm curious, does he pick Casca to hurt Guts? Like, it's got to be something he actually cares about and actually loves. I think those are the only two people he actually loves. So, by default, it has to be one of those two. Does he pick her because he still wants everything Guts is, and he can't be dead and have him? So he has to keep Guts alive, so that's why he picks Casca? Or does he pick Casca the same reason he doesn't want Guts to die, but because Griffith has hurt so much, he wants to at the same time hurt Guts, and that would really destroy him. He's never had anything in his life, and he finally gets this, a friend, a lover. It would destroy him. Absolutely destroy him. What do we do from here on, all of us? What do we do? Yeah, did you guys ever think, I mean, did they ever have a talk about, like, if they couldn't rescue him, or it failed, or... It's not like the Band of the Hawks has been wiped out. We have you, Commander Casca. Hey, some of them seem... A lot of these boys look so young, though, even Judo in this group, but it's like, these are a bunch of just like run-off orphans, like their families have probably been murdered by other mercenary groups or war-torn areas and they didn't have anywhere to go, so they just like hopped in this group. Like, they don't know, like, what do they do? What is life to them if it's not, you know, I don't know. Griffith made the Band of the Hawk. Everyone should realize that. If you're still here, all the more. But to that end, the ones who's given the most this year is Casca. Oh wow, looks like Judo's building up her presidential campaign to, you know, take over. But the thing is, another offer has been given to her by Guts. Guts said, you know, he'd stay till they got him back, but he was leaving. But in him leaving, he wanted her to come. Would she leave them and go with him? I mean, it would definitely fall apart then, no? Don't ask even more. Oh, he's saying don't ask more of her. Okay. Don't ask even more of her. But in that case, we... Dang, everybody's just breaking down. Is Guts about to say, fuck it, fine, I'll do it myself, or... Oh. What was he about to say? Give me some time. There's still time until we join up with the other unit. Let me think about this until then. Yeah, Guts is like, what the hell? We had a plan. But I could see how she'd be torn, though. Like, all those people are really, like, looking to her just to pivot. Like, well, if not him, can you? Would she really leave them like that? But if she's in love, I don't know. It's a tough ask. Hey, wait up. What do you plan to do once you're done thinking? Don't tell me you... What were you about to tell them back there, huh? To finish the battles that you start? Pretty strong, aren't you, since you started the battle? I guess it's not something you can give up on. But can you say such things to Griffith the way he is now? Yeah. If I'm Guts, yeah, I can. Everyone's weakened, so they rely on dreams and other people. Yeah, but to a point. Like, I agree with what she's saying. When you have nothing, especially for a lot of them as kids, and I said this from the beginning, it's very like Orochimaru syndrome. How he just goes and collects, like, Kimimaru and Suigetsu and Karin and Kabuto and shit. Like, you have these abandoned, young, fragile minds, and you just grab them and scoop them, and you show them better. They know nothing else. Like, they'll be loyal to you to the end. Even if you turn the dark path, they'll still follow, because, like, what else do they have? I wonder what you can do for someone who's lost what they rely on. These kids are shook. Kind words, stern rebukes. Oh, skip that. Hold up, hold up. I wanted someone to be near me. Oh God, why? Do they happen to be lined up right in front of his tent? I mean, I know. I mean, it makes for good storytelling, but golly. Of course he sees that shit. I'm going to check on Griffith. Guts don't want to hear that shit, but alright. Griffith, let's change those bandages. And her kind of... her demeanor towards him has changed a little bit, I think. It went from this, like, godlike figure, like this untouchable god slash something I'm in love with, that I would want to love me, to more of just like a respect now. I feel like she's fallen out of that, like, obsession and just kind of sees it for what it is. And I feel like when the image of him has fallen, like, this isn't what she pictures in her head, or was picturing. You know, the long flowing hair, the beautiful, that every girl fawned over and all that, and he had the skill. So that's been knocked down as well. And she has somebody else, so it's easy for that to transition. Someone near me. Someone needs to be around him at all times. They don't know this, but we don't know if and when shit might go down. Alright, let's see what chapter 71 is talking about. So what's like we haven't been calm in a while. I'd say right leading up to actually finally getting to Griffith's cell. It's the first time we've calmed down. They've been being chased and being hunted and been fighting since then. So we're finally taking a deep breath for a second, but the damn eclipse is going to be right behind it. We'll see. And was it Zod that said it? I think he said, like, the BL will return to him. Like, it's going to summon itself to him. It's destined for him. Or are we going to see this crazy situation where, like, we see it fall and it ends up in a sewer, which ends to a river, which drains and somehow ends up on a river bank and finds its... I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Eesh. I didn't know his hands were this small. Oh, she's never held his hands before? Or is she saying she didn't know they got that small? He tried to grasp everything with these hands. Looks like she's like letting him go, like the way she's speaking. Just by placing them on my shoulder, he could somehow ease my trembling. Time after time, they would erase my anxiety. Whoops. Did you tie it too tight? Now it's my turn to be the one to do that yet. What is this? What is this? What's going on here? What does this look? Bro, let's everybody take a deep breath. Yo, sorry, I'll get another blanket. What did he just... Is he trying to hug her? Did something happen? What? What? What are we? Yo, Guts, if you gotta go up in there and cut that man's big ass helmet head off, do what you gotta do. Griffith, stop. Okay. I don't know what she's gonna decide to do, honestly, because she's over here saying, you know, now I can be that for him. Am I supposed to assume this was his way of trying to embrace her? I guess? Or are people going to say, no, he was actually trying to kill her in that moment? I don't know. Man, oh man, this has turned into a real mess. Good dreams, bad dreams. It's still unfortunate to wake up in the middle of one. So, what are you going to do now? Go back to training? What is he going to do? I mean, he said he wasn't. Yeah, Judo, what are you going to do? You? Let's see. Guess I'll invite who's left to start a thieves group. That way at least we can look after Griffith. Oh, he plans to stay. Like, he doesn't plan to, like, make a group and, you know, go out there and live a life. He plans to start a thieves group so they can, I guess, have enough finances to look after, feed, and supply whatever they got to do to keep, you know, Griffith going. Alright, well, I mean, that seems pretty simple. Oh! In that case, me too. You've already separated yourself. There's no obligation for you to go that far. Is there one for you? There is. I'm still a hawk. But you're different. You've already started your own battle. Those who can't stand get left behind. Isn't that the ironclad rule of the battlefield? Otherwise you can't survive. Like, that's what I'm saying is, he can't really go back to that, but that's that over there. You should take Casca with you this time. Okay, bro, you didn't have to be eavesdropping in on our conversations. But it is true, though. Like, I understand. Because when he said that at the beginning, I was like, good for you, Guts. You know, you need to get out there and make your own. But when you've gone through this and you see the state that he's in, and the state that the rest of the group is in, you're like, how the hell can I actually just up and leave them? Like, they wouldn't survive without me. So I can see why he might feel guilty to the point that maybe he sticks around a little bit longer, or decides to stick around to just make sure that they're gonna survive and be on their feet. Like, that's not you. Like, you've already started. And who's to say, you know, a week from now, a month from now, another year from now, he doesn't start thinking back to, like, you know, what is my dream? What is my purpose? I'm not gonna find it here, and then has to go ahead and break the news to them that he's gonna leave again. It's, I don't know. She's way too serious to lead thieves. Happy-go-lucky's the way of a thief. I couldn't stand one so stiff-shouldered. Take her with you, even if you have to drag her this time. If you don't, she what? She'll never leave? Is that what he's saying? I think you would. But then I feel bad for Judo as well, because I understand how they all feel indebted to him. Look at this, like, grown man squad right here. Like, these are men compared to, like, that squad that was begging Casca. Is that the life Judo wants? Like, I understand they all feel indebted to him, but, like, the dream's over, you know? You can't go around again as another mercenary group for hire under the name the Hawk, and if there's no Casca, no guts, Griffith isn't anything he used to be. He's nothing, honestly. Do you just try to thieve and swindle your way to another, like, decent position again in another kingdom or something? Or are you gonna bounce around pickpocketing people and fucking stealing berries and acorns and shit? Like, what? Is that your life, Judo? Like, I understand they feel indebted to Griffith because a lot of them probably would have died out there just by themselves. But, like, it's over. And I don't know. I don't know. Again, a lot of them aren't recognizable, so maybe you start another band and try to get hired and do what you do, but are you going to be as effective? No Griffith, no Casca, no Guts? I don't know. Captain Guts. What's up, guide? Guys, you need something? Oh, no. They're making this shit really difficult, guys. What is his name? Gaston or something? The Corcus's older brother? God, y'all are making this really difficult. Judo, can you break it to them? If you do, please take us with you, Captain. Oh, wow. That wouldn't be bad. But then, like, everybody's gonna, like, if... what is this, a 10-man squad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Maybe 5, 6 of them? I mean, but these are, like, men. Like, the 6 of them come with us, another 6 will want to come, the whole group will want to come, and it's like, shit, if this is gonna happen, I should have just stayed with them. Oh, this is rough. It doesn't matter. All this is just fluff, because none of it's gonna happen. Nobody's leaving or going anywhere. Because shit's about to go down. But what the hell would you do? You guys, all of us raiders have decided not one of us is against it. Jesus. I mean, it's an elite group. It's for, like, if you want to live that life, if you want to go around just beating ass and getting hired for jobs and shit like that, like, there's probably not a better group out there, especially if he's leading it. Especially if Casca was, like, came to roll with us, like this little 20-man squad, or however, I don't know how big the raiders are. But I mean, they'd be the Hawks 2.0, even better, because right now Guts is better than when Griffith was at that point. I don't know if he's as mentally, you know, tactical as Griffith was, but skill-wise, he's there. Casca ain't far behind, you know, maybe what? It's a lot. We can all still fight, that's right. We raiders are the toughest in the band of the Hawk. We'll be mercenaries or whatever, as long as our oh god, man. Captain Guts, please. Judo, can you... what do you do? What do you do? That's not his life. He doesn't want to be a mercenary forever. Mm-hmm. Gassed in your clothing shop. The proclamation's all over Wyndham. It's out of the question. Besides, these guys are like family to me now. I can't leave them. But we know, like he just said, your clothing. Like, Gaston has dreams. I'm sure all of them do too. This is like the hard and steadfast group right here. And as long as you're with us, we'll figure something out. This is giving me Griffith vibes again, like he's just pivoted to Griffith. I'm sure you'll find it here, that place where you belong. The place I belong, maybe it did exist. I was too stupid and stubborn to notice it. What I really wished for back then was here. Is this in his thoughts? Back then, why do I always see these things after they've done and gone? So now is he gonna have regret about, like, leaving and shit? Like, does he think he... But he never would have came to this realization if he didn't leave. So, I don't know. I would, like, kind of relate it to, it's those people that think they need to move out of their town or their state or their city. Isn't it like 75% of people end up living within, like, 20 miles of where they grew up? It's a very low percent of people that actually, like, get out and move. It's like those people that think, like, moving to, like, New York or California, like, that's where they're gonna find whatever it is that they're missing. But if you don't fix, like, what's going on in here, you can move to LA, New York, Japan. It doesn't matter. Like, you're just gonna feel the same way, just in a different city, broken by yourself. But I don't. That isn't kind of the same effect that he had. He just happened to just stumble back to them. He didn't go searching for them. You know, he heard they were in trouble, so he came back. It's not like he felt like he wasn't finding it. What the hell is up with her? Jesus. Oh God, does she feel bad about? Like, what is she feeling here right now? Is she feeling like she looks like she wants to throw up? I don't know what this thump sound is. Is that just her heart racing? Like, I'm curious, what's the emotion? Like, what is she thinking right here? Like, I can't believe I laid with him. He really is sick. Oh my God, what's Guts gonna think? I don't know. This looks really like, and then she looks nervous here that like he pops up and like she's, I don't know. Hey Guts, how's Griffith? Yeah, he just fell asleep. Something wrong? What? Like what? Nothing really. What's up with her? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? What happened? You're wrong. It's not. Girl, you're shaking. You have the chills and you're crying. You're crying over nothing. Did something happen with Griffith? No. You better speak. Because everybody's emotions are running high. People are telling me to stay, go, take you, don't take you. Griffith's a vegetable. I ain't got time for the bullshit. So, if you got something to say, like, now's the time to say it. Stop it, that's not it. Hey, sorry. Oh, she can't go. I wonder why, what made her decide she can't go, because she feels like... Does she feel indebted to Griffith? Does she feel indebted to the rest of the band? Does she feel indebted to both? Like, does she feel like it's her duty? Or, which would suck for Guts, does she... Is she in love with Griffith still? Is that what it is? I don't know. She's not saying anything, so we're just jumping to conclusions. I don't know. I can't go with you. Griffith, he's so small now, so fragile. That proud Griffith, I can't leave him. There's no way. Oh, that proud Griffith is so... Well, I don't know where we're going here. I can't leave him. There's no way I can leave Griffith like that. I'm sorry. Me too. And Griffith's out here listening. I'll still... You still what? You won't hang from anyone's dream? This is getting lost here. You fight your own battles, right? You still remember that night at Primrose Hall? Oh, wow. He's going to hear this for the first time. Griffith is going to... Griffith hasn't... I don't think Griffith knew that we were there. Someone who would never depend upon another's dream. Someone who wouldn't be compelled by anyone but would determine and pursue his own reason to live. Should anyone trample that dream, he would oppose him, body and soul, even if that threat were me, myself. That is what I think a friend is. You have to go. If you're Griffith's friend and equal, you have to. So what does that say of her? Do you not have dreams? Do you not... I don't know. And I feel like if Guts truly did leave, which, like, none of this is ever going to happen, like, these scenarios of, like, him staying and leading, or him going and her staying, and, you know, we're not just going to jump 5 years and 10 years to see, like, you know, did she regret staying? You know, and all that type of stuff. Did she wish she could go with him? Do they ever see each other again? Even if it's alone, you have to go. Why do I always see these things after they're done and gone? I don't know. Regardless, that sounds like an absolute mess. Again, like, we have connections, but our connections clearly aren't as strong as, like, theirs are to him. I feel like she's not, like, getting it all out. Like, I want to know, like, truly what it is. She says in his state she just can't leave him. Like, he's never going to get better, you know. And he won't be as malnourished, and, you know, he'll put a little bit more weight on, and, you know, maybe you guys can then eventually get that helmet off of him because he can't live like that. But he's never going to grow his tongue back. Those tendons and those Achilles aren't going to, like, that's never going to be a thing. He's never going to get back to that, like, proud Griffith. I can't leave him. There's no way I can leave Griffith like that. I'm sorry. She didn't say, you know, just till he gets back on his feet, or just till he's in a better state, or just until I figure out that the group's doing better. So I'm curious, like, was there more to say here? I hope they have a deeper conversation about this before, like, she dies or shit hits the fan. Because I feel like there's more to her saying, or maybe I'm reading more into it because we still need to get the deciding factor out of her head, because he can speculate. Griffith won't because he can't speak, and we're not going to get anything from him because that's just how they do his character. Is that all it is? Is it just... That's not Griffith, I can't leave him like this, I can't leave them like this, I have a duty and responsibility. But I also know that your duties and responsibilities aren't here. I have to stay, but you need to go. Or is there a tiny bit of, like, love in there for him? I'm not saying, like, surely she cares about, I'm saying, like, a romantic love. Like, does it make her torn type romantic love? Like the same loves that we see that she has for him. Guts, is that, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of tough to see because we got back, it's hard. Regardless though, I'm not going to get too into the whole, future predictions on the characters. Because they could all be dead for all I know. I have absolutely no idea. Like, does he just choose one or two to sacrifice and the rest get to live and scatter and we just never see them again because that's how the story goes? Or do every single, like, Gaston, Judo, Pippin, Corcus, maybe they all don't get sacrificed specifically by Griffith, but I don't know what this eclipse means. What's it? Wild was making comments about, you know, this is just an appetizer before the eclipse. Making it, and again, I don't even know what the eclipse signifies. Does it signify the coronation of a new god hand? Is that all it's used for, is new god hands? Or is it a yearly thing, or is it whenever an eclipse actually happens? And it's the way it's been hinted at, I don't know if it's like a demonic free-for-all where they just get to rise and feast and kill until their heart's content. I don't know. So, like, I don't know if that's what happens to the group. Like, Griffith's thing happens, but the rest of the group just gets taken out by other demonic figures. I don't know. Or is Griffith specifically the cause for all their deaths? I have absolutely no idea. So all that back and forth is, you know, it's good character building and stuff. I don't know how much character building we're going to get out of characters that might not still be alive. I don't know, man. It's TBD. We will see. We will see. We will see. I just hope, like, it's all put out there, because I don't think he's ever going to find this connection again if she actually does die here. If my predictions, you know, that she's his sacrifice and he just has Guts branded, you know, as a sacrifice to be. I just hope that they get everything out. Everything verbally out, because we know the person Guts is after this and how much he just, like, hates people and connections and physical contact. And, like, you've got guys here just walking up on him, slapping him in the back, she's jumping on him, giving him hugs, and people are just, like, bumping shoulders, and it's cool. So shit is really gonna go downhill. I hope that they fully get to spill their guts to each other, literally. Before it's all said and done, I hope, and at least for us as a viewer too, I hope we can get it clear of, like, what does Casca really feel in this moment? Is she still romantically have feelings and is in love with Griffith, and that's also a part that's feel like she needs to stay? Or is it purely like, I can't leave him, I can't leave them, there will be no him, there will be no them if I leave? Even though I love you, like, this is my duty, this is where I have to be. But this isn't where you, I don't know. We'll see. We'll leave it there. This should be Sunday's upload if you guys are able to get the like goal for Friday's video. If not, you'll see this on Monday. I appreciate it, everybody. Road to 8,000 subscribers. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.